Hi, this is Faraz, the founder of Property Mates, and we are back for a new episode of Behind the Mates, the Property Mates podcast. Today, we are speaking to Lucy, the director of Supportsure Insurance. Hey, Lucy, how are we doing today?
Hey, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for asking, and excited to have you here. And I read that you have almost 15 years of experience in the insurance broking industry. That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
How's the journey so far?
It's good. It's always evolving. So always something new to keep up with and share among the customers. So yeah, always just keeping up to date with the evolving markets and yeah, sticking with the styles.
Perfect. Yeah, that's good, and especially in this time of the market.
Yeah.
All right, let's start. So, Lucy, can you tell us something about yourself, Supportsure Insurance Services, and what you guys do in general?
Yeah, okay. Well, so as you said, my name's Lucy. I'm the managing director of Supportsure Insurance Services. I have worked within the insurance industry for coming up 15 years, and throughout that time, I really noticed that so many customers, when coming into using a broker, were just not getting that personalized and educated service that they really should, which was resulting in a poor reflection of the insurance broking industry. So what I did, I went out and created my own company with a sole focus just to ensure that all of our customers are educated in what insurance broking and insurance should really look like, tailor it to their individual needs, and how it will serve them if they ever need to have a claim with the utmost service. It's also my sole purpose, and as a broker, your job to take the stress away from the customer when dealing with insurance, because it's never fun buying it, but if you have a claim and it's done right, it can really save a lot. So that was my main focus in creating my company, to really set a high level of service to a customer. We are a boutique insurance brokerage, so we aren't there to take over the world, but what we are there for is to have our customers be extremely satisfied in the service that they do get, tailor it to their particular needs, and that is alongside business insurance and also personal insurances such as home, contents, landlords, motor vehicles. And yeah, it's the business model is designed to allow customers to obtain high quality insurance and be left with complete satisfaction from start to finish, with no surprise when it comes to having a claim.
Yeah. Well said. That's incredible, I would say, especially the last part with no surprises. Yeah. Going forward, can you tell us how you can help people in their buying or selling journey, especially in today's time?
Yeah, so I guess with Property Mates, it's really you're purchasing property. So what we are here to do and how we can help with the buying and selling journey is when you're purchasing a property, it's obviously an extremely big investment to most people. Therefore, the buyer really needs to be aware of the importance of also protecting that asset. And that's where our extremely important role is in providing a comprehensive insurance coverage. A lot of times we find that a customer will simply purchase insurance via the bank who may be offering finance, or they may just go shopping online for that. And in doing so, they're really just doing themselves injustice, because they're seeing a single view of an insurance offering. And generally, it's those insurance offerings that they are viewing at that time that are quite minimal in coverage. And that's not known when you don't have a broker who can show you access to the whole market, what there is available. So from the get-go, they might get a price that seems attractive because it's a bit lower, but the biggest part of that is it's lower because you're not getting all those extra bells and whistles that you should be getting in a policy, and then say you add them onto a standard policy, your price starts to blow out. Whereas if you have the policy that a broker can offer, these things that are just automatically included, so that price that you might have seen a little bit higher than what you found online actually becomes very competitive when we're comparing the coverage. So say, for example, of that would be through a policy you might get from your bank, you could have contents cover limiting it to $1,000 any item, and then anything over the 1,000, you need to start specifying that and paying the extra per dollar extra that you want to specify. Through a policy that we can offer you, you get an automatic $10,000 of any one item before you're having to start specifying. So to the average customer, $10,000 is generally pretty okay before you have to start specifying. And if you did have those things over $10,000, a lot of people will be able to, on one hand, two hands, kind of tell you what those items are. Whereas if we're going to start specifying something over $1,000, you really don't want to start specifying your couch or get half a couch if you have a claim, those sort of things. Also, if you have a major loss like a house fire, flood, so be it, the temporary accommodation, those sort of things in a policy wording are very valuable. When you do have a major loss, you want to know that you're going to be covered to go into some temporary accommodation until such time your house is available to live back in. So all of these things become very standard in our policies that we can offer, whereas directly you might not get that. So it's very important that you have a broker who can make sure that you're getting superior cover when you're placing it.
Yeah, well said. Especially that's what you define as a boutique insurance services, where you can personalize, you can have a personal touch about what type of situation your client is having.
I guess another thing is with the difference between using a broker and a direct insurer. When you use a broker, you speak to the same person when you get the quote, when you buy it, and when you have a claim. You're not going to be put through to a 1-300 number and speak to 100 people along the way. And that's especially important when you have a claim. I find that the insurance market has a bad rapport when you speak to people and they've had claims with a direct insurer, because they are not speaking to the same person twice. They're having to tell their story multiple times, and there's wait times between being able to speak to someone. So that's really the beauty of having a broker. You just call them at any hour of the day, and they will help you at any stage, and they are dealing with your claim. So you're only telling the story once, and then they're handling it until such time you get the settlement in your bank account. So that's a major big part of having a broker, and positive.
Agree. Yeah, definitely. And that's a good information, I would say. And moving forward, what are your tips for people that are looking for insurance brokers just like yours?
So I think probably the first thing that you need to look at, and my biggest part of advice, would be the time frame in which you get a response from your initial inquiry. So if a broker doesn't go out of their way to make contact with you, they simply might not be the right fit, as they're not providing that level of service that a broker really should. A broker should reach out to you sort of within the same day of your inquiry and touch base with you and let you know the sort of wait time that you're going to experience in order to get your quote. And so if you're waiting around, like I said, maybe they're not going to be the right person for you. The broker also should be aligned with your requirements. So say if you have a specialist property or if you're got a particular business that you're trying to insure, you should like to see that your broker is like-minded in what you're doing, and that they specialize in that particular insurance. Because if there is a multitude of insurances, so if the broker doesn't actually specialize in the field you're after, they're probably not going to be the right fit again. And I think just personally, it's really nice if you can connect to your broker, because they are going to be the one that is your point of contact when you're most vulnerable, and also advocating for you at the time of a loss. So you want to feel very comfortable with their offering and the connection that you might have with your broker.
Yeah, good point. Very well said, I would say. And giving the personal touch at the times of some things and then Yes, good. And moving forward to the last point we have. Do you have any special offers today or discounts for all our users and audience?
Yeah, so what we are doing at Supportsure Insurance Services is offering all property mates 50% off the first year's broker fee. So that can be a couple $100 saving on business policies, and up to $100 off personal property insurance. So it's a really good saving when you're new in the market, just to save wherever you can, but still get that superior service offering and policy.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, thank you for that. I'm glad for that.
Yeah.
All right. That was awesome, Lucy. Thank you for chatting with us. If you want to get in contact with Lucy and Supportsure Insurance Services, just click the link below and they can definitely help. Before we go, show some love for your favorite podcast by leaving us a like or follow on our social media accounts. Thank you, Lucy. Enjoy
No
your day.
problems. Thanks very much.